Another day, another dollar makes me want to scream and holler. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9 of Coal Man's Winter. Now, last night I made a video about death, and right now I have to come up with some title for tonight. So, what can I say? What could be a good thing to talk about? Well, for starters, life is getting too complex for everybody, and I feel like we're not doing a really good job at all with the way we take care of ourselves. We don't even give anybody a chance to say what's on their mind, and it really sucks. Trust me. But anyway, what can I talk about? Oh yeah, drugs. This is going to be a rant, but at the same time, a what not to do, how to overcome. Now, I know when y'all thinking, this is not a PSA, but come to think of it, I remember doing a PSA back in January of 2019, before my video was private. And I remember having a little paper plate, and I had to put a whole lot of salt on it and divide it up like Coke lines. But I said, what if there was a solution away from it? And I said that the Bible was a good choice, and to say no to drugs, like get rid of the Coke lines, like throw them away, and try to relive your life with the Bible. But recently, on my videos that I made for Coal Man's Winter, I've been talking about a phrase like "smell the weed," and this is metaphorically speaking. Smell the weed is a way of saying open your, like people saying, open your eyes, look around you, open your nose, smell the foul stench in the air. Because when it comes to drugs, it's more than weed. It's more than cocaine. It's like drugs plus a human equals everlasting addiction, and there's no way out. There's no escape from drugs. Actually, it's true. There is no such thing as an escape because it's just too much to handle, too much to try to avoid. In the biopic Ray, starring Jamie Foxx, when he did Ray Charles, Ray had to find out the hard way. His wife, played by Kerry Washington, was fed up with this drug thing. Regina King's character, she overdosed. I mean, Chris Farley, he died from speedball in 1997. James Belushi, don't get that mixed up with actor Jim Belushi, known for his comedy sitcom According to Jim. I'm talking about the James Belushi that was on the original Blues Brothers movie with Dan Aykroyd in 1980s, while he was yet an SNL member, Saturday Night Live. I mean, he died from overdose. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Tony Thompson from High Five, the lead singer of Alice in Chains, I don't recall his name, but oh yeah, even DJ Screw, Big Mo, I remember Fat Pat got murdered, and Pimp C, but they died in a different way. I mean, when it comes to listening to the musicians' music, well-known music, and watching actors and celebrities by watching their the funniest and the greatest movie that they ever made throughout their lifetime career, there's always a dark turn. In other words, there's a dark side when you live in the successful, even when it's an underground life. Some people would have success. Some people deal with success like a reward. I mean, being addicted to drugs, it's like it's heartbreaking to everybody because people will end up mad and turn their backs on you, and some of them they refuse to see you throw your life away, like you killing yourself over a pipe, a glass pipe, some needles, and even ending up with lung cancer and disease and other diseases in your body, mostly your immune system. Even alcohol can kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much pressure, too much stupidity driving you to the fact that you are not yourself. You are not going completely well. All because drugs in your body. Why not stop? Because you're afraid that once you stop, you'll still get an urge like, oh, no, oh, what the heck, man? Here, give me some. Come on, just take it easy. Rehabilitations, people don't care about that. Drug addicts don't even care about that. Even drug pushers and users, drug abusers, they end up homeless. They end up losing their jobs, and they end up getting suspended from school or expelled for selling drugs. I mean, why? Why is it important to talk about drugs, Taylor? Because we need more PSAs. We need to bring them back for the younger individuals to know. Even when they attend college, they have to come up with some PSAs. What stopped it from happening? What stopped the PSAs from click it or ticket, booze it and lose it, and say no to drugs but yes to education? The fact that everybody is getting involved and we ain't got enough money, not enough sense to bury our loved ones because we ain't got enough money to come up with insurance. No, that is bull. Yeah, I said it, bull. And money is not the issue, but it is an issue when it comes to drugs because that's how you are linked to it. You buy the drugs, you give the drugs, and then you take the people who are buying it because you getting paid on a dollar. You hustling, but hustling comes with a price. You sell crack, the 5-0 looks at you. Even when they're undercover, they buy from you. But after 3 weeks of buying from you, they end up locking you up. But they decide to keep their cover. Never blow it. Because if you blow it, you're going to mess around and lose your job. And that's for all the undercover cops everywhere. Be careful on arresting people. I mean, it took Lawrence Fishburne a long time to figure that out when he played on Deep Cover. Now, in the movie, he was a cop and he was doing undercover work. And his boss, Carver, or Carter, whatever his name is, he said he's God. Now, Lawrence Fishburne's character, Russell Stevens, who is now an undercover cop by the name of John Hull. He had to buy the drugs. He even made the drugs. I seen the movie. You know what it's like to see yourself in Lawrence Fishburne's shoes in a movie form? Now, if I was a cop and I had to go undercover and sell drugs, I would have to play smart. But at the same time, I would have to stay away from that job and try to find another job, because selling drugs just to arrest somebody, it ain't for me. It ain't for you. But who knows? But still, it's a bad thing. I'm saying. Even if you're a Christian and you got the job as a police officer, you got to know when to say no sometimes and stick to doing original cop work. Because back in the days, when a cop gets busted for selling drugs as an undercover cop, what are the options? Locked up, or just confess to the cops and let them know that as an undercover cop, it's important not to blow your cover, because you are on a mission to get the drug lord, the drug kingpin, the human, even when it's human drug trafficking. We have agents in the airports getting every female from Hispanic or other countries from entering the U.S. border with drugs in their system. Because once they find you with drugs in their system, like they do an X-ray, you're in trouble, Jack. You're in trouble, Jackie. They send you right back to your country, as in deportation. And yes, it makes a real big fuss of things. There's no escape. Drugs. Now, hold on. Now I know what you're thinking. This is a mechanical pencil. But imagine this was a syringe. You're always concerned about what happens. Tupac mentioned when Brenda's got a baby. I heard Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. A dang shame that girl can hardly spell her name. That's not a problem. That's up to Brenda's family. But let me show you how it affects the whole community. Now, Brenda really never knew where Mom's went because her daddy was a junkie put in debt to his arms. It's sad because I bet Brenda doesn't even know. Just because you're from the ghetto doesn't mean you can't grow. Now, as I say, this is a mechanical pencil, but imagine this is a syringe. Do you know what it's like to put this in your veins and on a daily basis? You don't know when to quit, but all of a sudden, like, let's just say you did this for 5 years. Nothing bad happened. But when year 6 arrived, here's what everybody is afraid of. Duh. Dadgum boss fired me. Man, screw him. I'm gonna get rid of this anger right away. Don't think I won't do it. He's so concerned about me being high. My own co-workers, they had to snitch on me. Oh, I got some for them. Because sooner or later, I'm going to go to that place and bomb the double crosser down. I'll burn that double crosser. Kill the boss. All that in a bag of chips. But little did he know, John Doe that got mad dissing his boss after being fired because he was exposed for being a drug addict. Heroin. He didn't give a dang. He just he placed it in his veins, a syringe, but then he starts panicking. Oh, that's when you know, when you panic, when you see somebody panic after injecting the heroin in their veins or any other drug that's illegal, that's when you know the time has come. You paid the piper. Too late, the time has come. And it doesn't take a lyric from Bohemian Rhapsody to give you a hint. So John Doe, after a shaking, not feeling well, he gets into a complete panic. He's in complete panic mode. Like you see me shaking right now. That's how he's acting, reacting to it, and all of a sudden, his heart stops. Stops beating, and you already know what that means. After 5 long years of doing heroin, and now at year 6, and he just lost his job. It was at this moment that John Doe knew he messed up, and he overdosed like this. Now, imagine if this was you, and I'm giving the example of what John Doe would look like after overdosing from heroin. Just imagine if that was you, if this was you on the ground. What would you say? There is nothing to say because you're dead. See, stupid madness like overdosing on heroin and other drugs like crack cocaine, marijuana smoke, and you like smoke weed every day. And of course, everybody's about to get ready to smoke weed every day because the fact that next month is April and the year is 2020, but still, we got big fish to fry. Everybody's trying to stay alive after the coronavirus has been spreading. And there's more than 100 cases right now in Tennessee, but already around 10,000 individuals have tested for the coronavirus. But when it comes to that, compare that to drug usage. A lot of people will be getting ready to smoke weed next month because it's April 2020, 420. All month long. And it's going to even take place on April the 20th. But still, it's going to be 420 all month long. Do you know how embarrassing it can be for some individuals? They be like, no, we are not for this 420 and this drug thing. But it's already been legalized. All you gotta do is stay away from it. And also, another thing that really grinds my gears, Family Guy reference, but you get what I'm saying. Sometimes when it comes to smoking, it causes a lot of people to end up with health issues. Even the ones that don't smoke, they can't breathe. And guess what? That's the case of second-hand smoke. Smoking in front of individuals that can't take the smell and they have to have gas masks. Thanks to you guys, you are making the biggest mistake of your lives. Think about the children. Think about all the healthy people that decided not to have a first puff. No. Not even a first sip. Even when it comes to prostitution, like some people, some women on the streets that are prostituting, they meet up with with random individuals like drug dealers, and even when they're in the dopest and the raggedy car looking for a good time, what do you think they do for a living? They have sex. For what? Not for just money. Money for sex? No. Money and drugs for sex. Like, you got the stuff, cop on in. And 5 days later, same thing happened. Like, every 5-day period, the prostitute who is looking for someone to have sex with just to get paid and also get involved with drugs, they go to the Holiday Inn, the hotel suite, all that random nonsense. Well, next stop is the East Side Motel. Well, guess what? In the East Side Motel, in the 5th week, now it's a 5-day period, one individual got so hyped up that he lost his virginity to a dirty woman who's only known for having sex for money and drugs. And he was a drug dealer too. Afterwards, things started going horribly wrong. The prostitute actually got finished. After she got finished, and she went to the bathroom and started sniffing coke. All of a sudden, you get the feeling that she, just like the John Doe recite I had to do, which led me to lay on the floor, she overdosed. And as for the guy, the drug dealer, he didn't know the girl was dead. But then he had to go use the bathroom. But unfortunately, it turned out he should have known. Because it's like a number one drug that spread. One person with drugs, it affects another person who's a drug dealer, and let's say that he had the same, who was dealing with the same tragedy. But instead of overdosing, he went to use the bathroom, and all of a sudden, it burns. We know that it's no good, because back in the days, people used to live the wild life. But now it's important to realize that the wildlife, when it comes to drugs, whether dealing with prostitution or when you're mad or you just like to do this on an everyday basis, like to feel good. And even Dave Chappelle had to explain what life was like when it came to creating a parody of Sesame Street on the Chappelle Show. And for those that don't recall, Knee High Park and Bobble, he had a syringe injected in him, and he started acting funny, and he looked like Uncle Ruckus, because one eye is near closing or like this, and the other eye is normal. And yes, it was buck wild, but you get the feeling that it's just too much. And the song that Dave Chappelle sung as Bobble, the puppet, it's really true though. Kids, it's time to keep it real. Life is hard, but I can't deal. I know it looks a certain way, but people get high every day. Like how? Some people do it with cigarette smoking. Others treat their headaches with ibuprofen. Your grandpa talks about self-respect. And then he takes drugs to keep himself correct. But that's all drugs to me. It's all drugs to me. And you get the gist. You understand that once you get involved with medication but used in the wrong way, like codeine, promethazine, with Sprite, the purple drink, as DJ Screw would call it. And even 3 6 Mafia, Lil Wayne, they tried the scissor, the syrup, cough syrup. It was like one main reason why Chopped and Screwed music was so popular. You can't have Chopped and Screwed music without the purple drink. I mean, if we focus less on the purple drink and less on the syringe with heroin inside of them, like you're injecting it, and if we can focus less on the cannabis and some random coke lines, and you snort it with a straw or a dollar bill, you can see where some of us are going to with this. Because drugs is not my style, it's not my stilo, and it's not yours. So once again, be aware, be cautious. Like the coronavirus, be cautious on how much drugs has affected the community. Matter of fact, not only the community, but the whole entire world. What will it take for us to be drug free? Well, besides PSAs, besides DARE, there is another way. The Bible. Or listen to your elders. Even learn a thing or two from the prisoners who are locked up serving lifelong sentences, and they will tell you for themselves, don't end up like me. So I say no to marijuana. I say no to crack cocaine. I say no to heroin. I say no to PCP. I say no to crystal methamphetamine. There's no peaceful situation, no escape from all this. Come on now. There is a way. Say no to drugs and get out the way. Get out of harm's way. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. And I'm not only referring this to random individuals around my age, the young adults, or I'm talking to most adults and teenagers too. And even the younger individuals. We got to be better individuals, better role models. If we put down the drugs and put on our brains, our thinking caps, we would stay far away from drugs and not get involved, leading to getting arrested for drug charges and or keep us from overdosing, killing ourselves, and doing dumb things like once you're addicted to drugs, you about to do something stupid like you about to kidnap a girl and then it leads to rape. Or worse, it leads to murder. Come on. Drugs is not the answer to everything. Since we're living in the real world, it's sugar coated. How is it sugar coated, Taylor? By poison. What is poison, Taylor? Drugs. If we could get up out of the devil's playground for at least 10 seconds and try to plant our feet on higher ground, like walk on the golden path instead of the red path that slithers like a snake, like I did mention on the beef episode, we wouldn't be caught up in some redundant nonsense. It takes more than saying, okay, I need rehab. Because some of y'all are not going to take it this seriously. If you're not going to take rehab seriously, then don't take drugs seriously. Don't do it. Try to find a way to provide for your family. If you a hustler, find another way. If you're a prostitute, quit this habit and find another way. Like, get another job and be pure. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I may sound repetitive, but I can care less. Drugs are not the answer to everyday issues. They create more issues. Even if you use more than one medication. Because that's like, if you use more than one pill a day, you're going to commit suicide or overdose. Say no to drugs, please. Say yes to your life, a better life, healthy life. And if you feel like you want to change your life from all the drugs that you've got yourself involved in, and you're trying to better yourself, then all you have to do is just go for it. Don't struggle. Because if you did, you're going to have family members and friends and a coach to help you get out of the wagon, out of the drug wagon, and into the pure bus, like a school bus or a limousine or a taxi cab, and try to lead you to rehabilitation or try to help you adjust. And with all that being said, if you like what you're hearing so far and you decide that it's time to do something about it, feel free to like this video, comment on what you think could be a better solution than living a drug-related lifestyle. Share if you haven't already, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And there will be more in stores as long as you hear the truth from me. How I feel about some things and why I have to be so mad about it, but at the same time serious. Because if I'm mad, I'm like, forget that. I am not with it. But at the same time, I'm serious because, like, listen, who are we trying to impress? Are we trying to impress the world? We trying to press our children, our everyday children growing up, and to be just like us? Or are we trying to press God first and foremost? He's watching our every movement. Just think about it. Who is it for? And with all that being said, this episode has been brought to you by Sweet Lady of the Week, where a woman deserves respect, because it's just another day full of hard times, crucial times. Conflicts keep coming and going, and we're sick and tired of letting that happen. So who's the Sweet Lady of the Week? Now, oh, I know. Sherilyn, or better yet, I know her better as Nicole Simmons. This video is for Nicole Simmons, since she's this episode's Sweet Lady of the Week. And yes, I was about to say, when all that being said, once again, but I have to keep on going. So anyway, thank you very, very much for spending your quality time listening on what I have to say about dealing with drugs and how to overcome it, and what's the consequences when you're living a drug-related lifestyle. Because I'd be darned to think about talking about some random folks ending up dead because of it. But it happens every day. It doesn't cease. It doesn't stop. But we're going to make this stop by using our heads. And all that matters is life. Our life matter, not drugs. This is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out.